Okay, I'm still here in Hawaii, and it is November 16th, 2022. I do these meditations because there are people, including myself, who need reassurance that what is happening uh, etherically and interdimensionally is really happening, and that we can have some trust and partake in it, because our gut and our sensory system and our intuition and our heart knows things are really changing and transitioning at a nature that we could truly. Oh, off goes the phone. That was confirmation. Things are truly changing so profoundly. We can't really predict or see. We try to do that on these meditations, go into the future, quantum future envisioning, and see. But it's kind of a wait and see, and I'll tell you why. Because we are co-creating it together. What is going to happen is going to depend on what we co-create together. So here we are in this kind of failing infrastructure of a reality. And we're being asked to be the creators of something new with so many unknowns. I mean, not only so many people are struggling with where to live with all the changes, and the food supply chain is breaking up. Some of their friends are totally wicked and painful and negative to be around, so they know that, oh my God, I've got to stay in my bubble. But the biggest thing is we can't even really know ourselves right now, or predict, or allow ourselves to imagine that we have any sense of control over what's going to happen. So that's a pretty tall order for most humans to get to get it together as an individual, and then to sit in a circle with other people who are also getting it together and saying, let's create something new. But that's the process of evolution. Humans saying, how's that working for you? Well, not too well. But this time the intention has to be not to get more for ourselves, to create a new pyramid scheme. I think that's the perfect thing. Pyramid schemes. Everybody, skims the money off the top, and damn those who trust you enough to fall for your charismatic sales things. I mean, this has taken place all across society, in businesses, in car dealerships, in relationships. I'll pretend I'll give you this. So everything. Of course, I always think that the fall from grace came when we began speaking from our minds to control, rather than our hearts to share divine truth, and to be present, and to listen, and to have communication in the heart. So why is it so hard to change? I'll tell you why. Because we have this memory clog up. And what happened for me this morning, and my intuition's usually pretty good. I go to make coffee, and I have this fancy machine where it has to build up pressure. It takes time. And I said, I got to get that computer, because I know it's going to take longer to boot up today. I know it's going to have trouble getting back in the zone, get on. And so I press the button. It says, your memory usage is almost to the zone where everything freezes and doesn't work. I mean, it shows me this little graph. And it's just like you and I. If we're working on the past and too many memories, we get where we're ready to crack. We're ready to crack because we can't carry all of those old stories, wear those layers of old clothes and those labels for ourselves. So I said, aha, okay. I bring in this little thing. Would you like me to fix it? Okay, it says stop all programs. That means I have to stop Zoom. No, I can't do that. So I'm trying to simultaneously clean all the memories while I'm trying to get in the communication program Zoom, and my computer, program. Think about it metaphorically. This is your brain saying, geez, I can't do all this at once. I'm up to here. And then over here, I have no room left. There's no bandwidth left. So it took forever for this little cleaning. It's MacPaw, and it's cleaning and erasing extra files and junk, just so I still have this high memory uses, but everything is going to come to a screeching halt. Why am I saying this? Because if you haven't cleaned your old memory files and done the releasing and healing, it's to the point where those that chose, their hearts chose to go in the new bubble, brighter, higher vibration of reality, it's going to be like my computer this morning, just can't get anywhere. Couldn't get a foot in the cleaning, couldn't get a foot in the Zoom communication. All bandwidth is used up, and that's when it's very difficult to function at all. And that's when I think a lot of people truly, when the bigger shift comes, and what is predicted is different vibrational nuances, different colors in the infrastructure. Already rainbows are having much, because of the lifted vibration, we're going up that scale, the visual, auditory of vibration. And we're having tertiary color rainbows now, not just primary. We are having where you're doing something and you see almost another scene or reality come in and out of your peripheral vision. Which means if you're seeing it, there's a pretty good chance it's there. And so what I understand is those that have prepared themselves and are ready have dropped a lot of the old unusable memory that's just jamming everything up, who have done the healing and releasing, will have bandwidth to see the edges of the new reality and to keep bringing it in and bringing it in, being the light, holding a higher vibration, and suddenly could chink the bubble of those that have chosen that reality, who are thinking, this is what I choose, and this is how I want to be vibrationally in the world, and these are my kindred spirits. These are this is the soul tribe. And take a breath, and there it is, okay? So that's why I do these meditations. I try to give simple stories to this humongous, unbelievable, never happened before. It's like suddenly, it's like open the curtains, there's a circus where there's flying monkeys and flying elephants and aliens are coming in and singing their song. This new paradigm is mind-blowing, completely different. And frankly, we are not shown it too many steps ahead because it would blow our minds. It would blow our circuits. We wouldn't be able to integrate it. So often I say in these meditations, one step at a time, and it's your step to take, your will. So many people think, oh, well, I'll find a partner who is really on their divine path, or I'll hang out with people, or I'll go to a class. It is commitment in the presence of being and showing up and learning consciousness tools. That's what we do here. The simple Be the Light process is a tool that absolutely never fails if you focus and use it fully. So we are going to use it this morning. And we're going to go in and we are going to look at the percentage of our usable space to see and know the future. And we're going to try to defrag, reboot. What's the word when you get, I'll think of it. You get rid of, you clean, the MacPod just kind of puts it in the trash, and I love it because as it's trashed, it goes, just like that, it just eats it up, and suddenly I have more room. But To be honest with you, I really only have that much room because in my computer I have that much memory, which probably is representative of most human minds. Every moment, we are not fresh. We have this thing in the back of our brain, RAS. It's called the reticular activating system. It allows humans, it's our GPS. Oh, green grass, soft, I don't need shoes. Wind, not too windy, I won't need a jacket because it's warm. We constantly, based on memories, are establishing the safety of our next step and choice. The problem with doing this for the new paradigm is a whole different set of rules because we're creating moment to moment. There's no historical precedent of how we did it in the past. You can't be that. I mean, think about our parents. Think about their parents. This is how we do it. I mean, we're getting so far from that, it's almost comical, is that there is no one way to do anything. There's different learned and memorized ways for certain outcomes, and those outcomes were anchored in old traditions and paradigms. Everything, our language, the way we made food, the way we thought about food, the way we caught food, the way we bring food to our families and on the tables, everything, everything. And it's almost too much. Again, it's almost too much. I was just thinking, what would happen if I completely removed all of that memory off my computer? It would be fresh to do everything again. Be like a baby. Be like all open spaces. That's why we do these meditations, to do allowable, comfortable, make more space, open up, make more space. Okay, take a deep breath through the nose and out through the mouth. Take a deep breath through our nose and out through our mouth again. I'd like to welcome all the guests that are watching. I know there's quite a few in India, quite a few young males in the Philippines watching this, and all around the globe. So I ask that the words that I use, I ask and intend, the words that I use today land into your operational system in your heart so that the vibrations come in such a way that they shift something and support you to opening up your operational system to reduce the clutter. Good. I know a lot of computer freaks really understand that language. So take a deep breath. Our brains have immense files. From the minute our parents smiled at us, that face, that smile for the rest of our lives is safety, joy. Take a deep breath through the nose and out through the mouth. In some ways, as we become superhumans, we will be bypassing our primal flight or fight because we have just been mired in, this isn't safe, I must freeze or run. And that no longer is called for. So we do a lot of work on our emotions. Nice deep breath, and we begin to still our thoughts. So we ask and intend to address any emotional realm that says it is not safe to reduce our memory. We release our fear of releasing the past, that we might be unanchored or ungrounded or not respectful of the past, our parents or lineage. We release all of that, subconscious or conscious thought fields related to this fear. We're unloading today, we're unpacking. And it's okay, it doesn't mean that you don't love your parents who taught you what they knew lovingly the best they could. You are a candidate for a new human operational system if you so choose to create it. You have the magnificent operational system that can do it simply by guiding your consciousness. And we're going to use the masterful words of the Be the Light process to say, I ask and intend to take a really close look at my memory files and how it relates to my life today and my choices and my feelings about myself in the future. I am choosing to see the full graph, the full memory capacity of my brain and my being. And I'm asking to see, how full is that line? What percent? Am I 90% full of the past in my operational systems? Am I half empty? Am I half full? Am I able to be absolutely present and listen and have new ideas come in before I suddenly say, oh, this is how I do it and I know I'm smarter? Are you allowing for that pause between bringing the past in to anchor you through insecurity or a need to be smart or safe? Are you breathing into more space in your operational system? So now that you've decided how much space is being held up by the past, we're going to work with that. Okay? Take a deep breath through your nose and out through your mouth. Now that we've maintained it as safety to let go of some of these old ideations, reactions, and frankly, they're patterns based on memory, algorithms. Your brain truly is a magnificent computer. We ask and intend that any outdated movements, connections, and synapses and sparks that move you into old patterns that are no longer serving you in your highest good. We ask that we identify those by making those memories a different color on this graph. Just choose a different color. And you don't have to know exactly where they are. Old stories, fights in high school, betrayals with boyfriends, whatever it is. Things that are still triggering you. Ask what percent of your memory banks and your beingness are holding unnecessary, outdated files, which are frankly weighing you down. Good. Okay, you have that percent. All right. So take that percent and just look at it for what it is. Imagine that you're putting it on a golden plate in front of you, about 18 inches from your heart. And let's honor all the people and places and things that created that. And honor that everyone that was involved, including yourself, was simply trying to feel safe, trying to get through the day, trying to look pretty, trying to make money, just trying. Honor all of the energy and intentions as part of your journey. It's not good or bad, but it's no longer necessary to carry this. And as you're speaking, as I'm speaking and you're listening, your inner self is speaking to you saying, oh my God, just taking it out of my body and having in this plate, notice how much lighter your heart feels. For instance, mine was 20 to 30%, and my memories aren't serving me. And I feel 20 to 30% more spacious, more present, more calm in my heart. As a result, I took it out of my operational systems, okay? So here it is on this plate. You are this amount % free of this bogging down of the past, of your Aunt Mabel telling you girls should be pretty and not talk, or suck in your stomach, you're fat, whatever. All of it. Now, you're going to, in a moment, take a deep breath and you're just going to blow it off that plate. And as you do, it's just going to be like my computer. It's going to blow into 1,000 safe, not volatile. These pieces are just going to go back and merge into the general universal flow as neutral particles. Okay? Before you gave them the charge of meaning, they were neutral particles. Take a deep breath and ready, set, blow. Blow it off the plate. Back into the infrastructure. And it's that simple. We've used our creative imagination and we have now cleared. Maybe you've cleared 100% of the old memories. Just relax. Relax, relax. And just let the magic happen and notice the feeling in your heart. Now, we're going to address the part of your memories that you were reluctant to release. Had special memories, the birthdays, the love affairs, the best chocolate cake you ever had, all of those, guess what? They're still jamming up your everyday activity too. Why? Because I have a piece of chocolate cake and I compare it to the one I just had at the 50th reunion. And this and that, and I used to work at a bakery. I'm so out of the now. I'm distracted. So what can we do with the memories that still keep us judging, comparing, because we're projecting all the time and we're not in the present? Let's do something fun with these. Look at that line and see, do you have any % left? Be honest with yourself. The handkerchief when you got married, all of these very precious things that you're never going to let them out of your body. Well, remember, still taking up space. Name the %. Okay, I name my % of memories that, frankly, I wouldn't allow to be removed in that first clearing. So ask yourself, where would you like those to go? Well, we don't want to completely forget. No, but we don't want to be reacting all the time, triggered. We're going to put them in a memory book. Remember those creative memory books where you'd put pictures, you'd write things. My daughters and I, we cataloged everything about our first 10 years of our family life in Santa Rosa, California. So get those memories and notice if, as you're retracting them out of all of your systems, your brain, your heart, notice if you're reluctant. If you're reluctant. Remember, if we want to be a baby, fresh for the new paradigm, those are all memorabilia with meaning. They're heirlooms. So where are you going to put them? In a box. So create a beautiful, beautiful box. Now this is not any regular box. It holds things for perpetuity that you want to keep available to you when you choose to remember them, but their memory is not embedded into your nervous system and emotionally misaligning you at inopportune times. It's not necessary. It's almost like we're being given a little light craft. Think of a spaceship where we get to go to visit a new place and settle, and you can't take all that. You can't take even this big box. It's like you're moving from a big house into a van. You can't take all that stuff. But your heart and your mind can energetically make this perfect box, which is impervious to time and space, water, time, dust, no bugs. This box is a sacred vault for all of your ancient memories of this lifetime that you are choosing to cherish and honor and always have available for you simply by a thought. And then your thought will access the box, and there you have in that box what? Place the items in the box. The silver baby cup, the baptism shawl, the first tutu. The box can be as big as you want. My white baptism, my wedding dress, on and on. First wedding ring, baby books. All of these things will not be physically present in the new paradigm. They will be vibrational memories. So how wonderful that we're helping you feel safe now to let them go in a very smart way. Now imagine that you have a scrapbook, and there all the pictures that you have, either physical, old photographs, digital images on your camera, boop, 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 simply by asking, are going in this book. And we ask and intend that the great helpers in the sky, that we are organizing them by years of our ages, years of our children, epochs of our lives, all easy for your accessing it on command, easily at any time. And there it is, everything. Now, what we're keeping is the joy. What we're keeping is the sense of preciousness, the sense of love, connection, companionship, collaboration. And what are we letting go? The strife, the anguish. We're acknowledging all of it as part of our journey by bringing it into this box, but we are only choosing to hold an emotional field of our choosing related to our past at any given moment. That is the crux, the root of this exercise. Take a nice deep breath and notice to the degree that all of this is compiling this box of items, your scrapbook. And notice if there's any resistance to keep putting things in this box. And ask yourself, is this box accessible to me at all times? The answer is yes. Is this box easier for me to relate to and access than going up in the attic or the drawer, whatever, and trying to find? I mean, this is the perfect indexing system because you know what each picture looks like, and you know the feel of the silver baby cup. You have that within you. You don't need to have that all in your physical reality, in your day-to-day, most importantly, thought field snagging you on old memories that are not particularly helpful in keeping you free and present in the moment and embodying this new spaciousness that is needed for your future self. So take a deep breath, and we're still putting things in this box, and know that you can put other things in the box. In fact, tomorrow, if you have a memory that, okay, I'm going to put that in the box. This is your living, breathing box. But notice it is outside of your physical operational system. It is accessible with your mental and your heart. So take a deep breath and notice the sense of empowerment that comes with that. Put things away outside of your body. How easy it was in this, 10 or 15 minutes to achieve this. And this is the nature of our being moving forward. Intentional, conscious, reorganization of our thinking so that our feeling doesn't derail us. Our thinking allows us to reorganize the elements of people and places and things so we are not emotionally ruffled, distraught, and taken out, especially with the amount of change and space that's needed on our operational systems for that change. So take a deep breath and know that the steps that we've just taken are wonderful tools for helping you re-articulate your beingness to be ready and prepared, not only for yourself to keep taking these steps towards your divine vibrational profile, but as you are doing so, you are having a more coherent, not so filled with the past behaviors, but a more open, joyful. And you'll find that as you make more space, the most interesting things happen. Before we started this, one of the participants here said, "Oh, look at this dress." I said, "Yes, it's a dress my old self would have never bought. Never. To me, I had a certain type of person wears these dresses, not someone who leads meditation. But I had a women's event, and the most spiritual, gorgeous women were wearing outfits like this. And my brain went, oh, in other words, my memories kept me stuck in certain colors and certain outfits, or based on what certain people said. Forget it. Try something new. And by making all that space, taking out a big percent of the old systems, and remember, we didn't even know what they were. So you might be going, was it Target? Like $26. I mean, who knows what you'll do, how you'll surprise yourself, because most of these operational systems are unconscious. So you might find yourself grabbing a dress saying, oh, gee, I think that'd be comfortable, it'd be fun. I could see myself wearing it in Hawaii, where my old operational system had little clamps. Never will you ever wear a dress like that, okay? So the work we did today went into our unconscious in all of our operational systems, freed up space, and have fun seeing that that freed up space has allowed you to be that much more present to the present. Okay, so let's finish this talk meditation process toolkit polishing by imagining that we have a beautiful golden mycelium egg around our entire energetic field. And while this process is occurring of putting items in the box, you might want to draw the box or find a box and take a picture of it. Sometimes it's nice to have a real physical, grounded, representative item for what we just went through in the etheric. So put this golden, beautiful, resilient egg around you and just keep it there mentally for the next 3 days. So this outflow of this old energy systems can complete its process, and working with this box, tying a bow on it, but knowing it's always available mentally and heart-wise. So thank you for joining me today. Jan Jorgensen at soundandlighthealingarts.com.